What's going on, CSBA, and welcome to another episode of CSBA Hoops Today Live, as we have a special episode coming your way here this week, as we have some conference tournament finals to go over, and we also have a special segment with a special guest. Many of you should know if you're an OG here with the CSBA, and we also have March Madness to look forward to. I know we just had our March Madness preview show last night. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out live, make sure you get a chance to check that out. But our first matchup here is going to be our final for this tournament in the conference tournament matchup between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Duke Blue Devils. This is one of the greatest rivalries in sports, a lot of people would argue, and it's great to see them face off here in the conference championship. It's always great to see them in the regular season, but this one has even more at stake, and we'll even have special commentary here in the fourth quarter because boy, did this come down to a buzzer beater. So without further ado, let's get right into the highlights. As you'll see, it's a very close contested game here, 9-8, and North Carolina with the ball and a nice, oh, he misses there, but Keita with the slam. Usually it's all about the defense, but good rebound there. And Duke with a 5-point lead here, finding a wide open Domingo for three, splash. Coming up here in the third quarter, Duke only up one, and what a great find and swoosh with the big jam. But let's turn it over.
Stone's going to set up now they're going to go downside to Domingo. Contested, and it's good! Oh my God, Domingo didn't go close, and a win at the buzzer.
Wow.
And that'll do it, as I believe that was Zay and Wired on the call, but Duke ends up taking down North Carolina 81-79, another one for the history books there between these two blue bloods of college basketball. But as we look at the box score, North Carolina actually outshot Duke by 3%. Duke took 72 shots to 69 for North Carolina. And the fast break points, North Carolina doubled up Duke. Even the points in the paint, they had 22 more points than Duke. And as you can see, it was a very tightly contested game. Duke with a lead of 8 being the largest between the two. But Duke ended up pulling it out in the end, 81-79. And your player of the game is none other than Andre Romano for the Blue Devils. 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So what a win there for the Blue Devils, taking it in the final, and that is going to be great momentum heading into March Madness. And if you're a Tar Heels fan, you cannot be disappointed with the performance. They are definitely going to be a team to look out for in March Madness. But our next matchup here, our next conference final, is another barn burner between the Gonzaga Bulldogs and the Davidson Wildcats. We get right into it as we got a tie ball game, 8-8, and Davidson with a nice little find there to Ferreira and a nice slam to take the early lead here in the first quarter, and Gonzaga with a 10-point lead over Davidson, but Edwards is going to come right back with a bucket there, nice mid-J, and Edwards getting it within 7, but then Davidson comes back and takes the 3-point lead, but where's the defense?
Fair
Slam
for them
from
that
the
much
Zag.
ever since the first half. We'll see what they drawn up here.
Comes to Ali. ISO, it's going to be Stern for the win. No. Slurms ties it up for... Did he get it off in time?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. They call it no good. They call it not a shot on the floor. Oh, he got it off in time. It's good. We're going to overtime, folks.
And in overtime, Davidson takes it over. So you can see up 5. And how can you leave this man wide open in the corner for a big time shot? And Davidson gets the win, 100-93. Congratulations to Davidson on the tournament win. And according to the box score here, as we take a look, Gonzaga, first thing that comes to my mind is 2 for 15 behind the 3-point range. So 13%. Not like Davidson really shot much better at 29%. But a couple things that the Zags did good is they outscored them in the paint 64-58, but the bench points, you see 21 more points for Davidson off the bench. So that was your big time key in getting the win for Davidson. But what a game in overtime. And no surprise here, as your player of the game is Corey Edwards for Davidson, finishing with 17 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 3 steals. So, again, these are two teams that you're definitely going to want to look out for in March Madness as the tournament progresses here and we start later on in the week. Corey Edwards is a player that you're not going to want to leave wide open like Gonzaga did in the end, but these are definitely going to be two teams contending for a title here. But without further ado, our last matchup is going to be our typical high school matchup as we have West High taking on Marion Park. And this one, I saw one of the nastiest dunks I've ever seen in high school, and I can't wait to show it to you. Back in the high school gym as we have a tie ball game between West High and Marion Park. And what a spin there by Babineau to get into the lane in a fadeaway. Beautiful to give West High the lead by 2 in the second quarter. And Marion Park starting to pull away here. And a pick and roll, not going to work, but nice little J, can't go in. But Tay with the backwards lay. And here up next, one of the nastiest dunks I've ever seen. I'm just going to let you guys take this in. Wow. Oh my goodness. Battle putting that man on a poster and Marion Park getting the victory 59-51 at home at Marion Park Gym. And as you can see, West High actually outshot Marion Park 52% to 49%, but Marion Park hit 5 threes, had that disgusting dunk, and even had 11 offensive rebounds compared to West High's 8. But one thing that really stands out is West High outscored Marion Park from points in the paint by 14 and still ended up losing by 8 as Marion Park held a largest lead of 11 as they had 5 steals. So that's one big thing is West High has to stop turning the ball over. But the player of the game is coming from the Marion Park Mustangs as we have Gil Blumenstein, who finished with a massive 27 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So congratulations to Gil. And I look forward to the high school games coming up here in the future as it's a great inside look to the future of the CSBA. But our final segment is something that I'm very excited about, and you guys should be too, as we have a very special interview with someone that has many different hats in here in the CSBA. So let's bring them on in and have them introduce themselves.
What's good, everyone? My name is Zay. If you don't know me by now, I'm currently the head coach for Memphis. If you don't know me by my player, I've had Khalil O'Neal in the past and any of the Dimes players, Penny Dimes, Dollar Dimes, and now Little Nickel Dimes in the high school era. Glad to be here with you.
It's great to have you here, Zay. As like I said, I'm very excited to have you here, and everyone in the CSBA universe is excited to hear what you have to say about the league and the future of the league. But as everyone knows, and as you have said yourself, you're the leader of the Dimes family. So looking forward to that family tree continuing to grow here in the CSBA. But let's just get started off here real quick with an easy one. How did you first hear about the CSBA, and how long have you been involved?
I honestly just heard about the CSBA on a whim. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I was just scrolling through Twitch one day. I saw random games being put on, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This stuff cool right here." So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into the Discord, made a guy, and then rest been history from there. I've been around, like I was saying, for a while now, ever since season 5, I believe. So yeah, it's definitely been a while for sure.
Hey, us here at the CSBA will take it however we can get it, whenever it comes to getting the word out there and getting people to join and getting people active in the Discord and active in the Discord streams. But it's great to hear that you've been around for such a long time and looking forward to you being around for even longer than what you've been here already. So it's been great having you. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's enjoyed having you here. But You've kind of mentioned it a little bit, but what other roles that you can go into, maybe a little bit more in detail, have you played in the community throughout your stay here with the CSBA?
I mean, I've done a lot already in my time here. Like I said before, I was a coach for a good number of seasons. I was part of the coaching committee that helped with March Madness seeding and the coaches poll. I've had my own stuff for articles. I've been in the booth doing games. So, like I said, I've been around a lot now for what seems to be a long time now in the CSBA.
Yeah, you've definitely held many hats and held many roles here throughout your time with the CSBA. Like you said, you've been a coach, you've been a player, you've done articles, you've been in the commentary booth, which we've all enjoyed. So we look forward to you continuing keeping that momentum going and seeing you active in the Twitch streams and in the Discord. But if you had to choose as a player or a coach, since you've been both, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment while being in the CSBA?
As a player, I was the season 11 MVP. Um, And as a coach, my first season, I had made a Final Four appearance in March Madness. Um, Still trying to capture that championship, though. We're still in the midst for that, but um, every single game, I feel as though we get closer and closer.
Yeah, so as you touched on, you've done it almost everything, as a player and a coach, and trying to chase after that title. Maybe you'll get it this March Madness. You never know. It's going to be a tough field, but I wish you the best of luck in trying to get that coveted championship. But as the CSBA, continues to grow and prosper here in the future and in the present, is there anything that you think makes it stand out from other leagues or anything that you think maybe needs to be improved upon a little bit?
I've always liked the camaraderie that we have in the community, especially in the Discord league chat. And some funny times we have in there all the time. Um, In terms of what to improve, I mean, I've always kind of touched on the fact that March Madness needs to be more competitive, or at least harder to get into. We're fixing that going into next season, so I'm excited for that new format going into next season. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I've enjoyed my time here. I mean, if it wasn't as good as it was, I probably wouldn't have been staying here as long as I have. So, shout outs to Wired for that one.
Yeah, shout out to Wired. I know we all appreciate everything that he does. If it wasn't for him, this league would not exist. So, shout out to Wired. Like you said, we appreciate you very much for everything you do. You pretty much do have a hand in pretty much everything. So, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So, shout out to Wired. And as you touched on the league chat, league chat can get a little rowdy sometimes, but we love our league chat and everyone that hangs out in there and lurks in there. But hey, one last thing. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or any final comments at all here before I let you go?
Mainly just to newer coaches or coaches that have kind of struggled this season. I mean, I've struggled in my first 2, 3 seasons as a coach. With the main advice I've had towards that is just you gotta learn how to play with the cards that you're dealt. Sometimes like you may not always get like the powerhouses or have a stacked team from top to bottom, but if you're creative in the way that you go and recruit, the way that you advertise yourself, your team, your game go as far as your game plans go. You can make something out of nothing, really. Even if you're not really a powerhouse. I feel as though like last couple seasons, I kind of um, made that notion fairly clear going forward. Anybody can really contest anybody here in this league, so it's just about playing with the cards that you're dealt.
Yeah, that's great advice. I mean, for any new coach or even a veteran coach, you just got to learn with what you have and play the cards that you're dealt. And honestly, anyone can beat anyone in this league. So that's great advice. And I hope people, if you are struggling, stick with it, talk to people, learn from people, and just do better each and every game. And I'm sure the results will come. But Zay, I appreciate you coming on here with us. And I really enjoyed speaking with you. And I wish you all the best here coming up in March Madness. But that'll do it for us here at CSBA Hoops today. I hope you guys enjoyed yet another episode as we have some more high school games coming up this week and a plethora of March Madness first round games coming up. So I hope you guys tune in the Discord. I hope you guys tune in the Twitch streams. And I look forward to seeing everyone throughout March Madness and next week. So we'll talk to everyone then.